Hi, my name is Ashton Richards. I'm a sales consultant here at Veith Consulting, and today I'm going to walk you through how to set up a volunteer session. To begin with, under the admin menu, you're going to go to Events and Volunteer Management. On the volunteering screen, you're going to have volunteer sessions, categories, permissions, and reports. We're going to go under Volunteer Sessions. Here it's going to list out any existing volunteer sessions that you already have, the volunteer session name, the event name, start date, the volunteer coordinator, how many opportunities there are, and the various actions that come with it. We're going to start by creating a new volunteering session. To begin with, you're going to have to select from this drop-down menu any of the existing calendar admin events that you have already set up. I'm just going to go ahead and select this event here. When you're editing an existing volunteer session, this screen here is going to be the one that it'll open up to. So from here on, editing an existing event is going to be the same as setting up a new one, just you'll have some pre-populated information. So the title here, it's by default, the system will pull the name of the event, and then it's just going to add volunteers to it. So in this case, it's new event volunteers. The categories, which from before, you can go through and you can add in other categories. Currently, we only have this one. You can select different categories so that your members have a better idea as to what they're looking for if you want to give them a sorted list of different volunteering sessions to pick from. Start date and end date, you need to make sure that you have a start date included. The end date isn't necessary if it's a single day event. If it's a multi-day event, then you're going to want to make sure you include the end date. The cutoff date to volunteer, if you don't want people to be able to sign up to volunteer after a certain time frame or after a certain day, make sure you include a cutoff date in this field. If you'd like to add more dates, you can always click the Add More Dates button. You'll need to make sure that you have a volunteer coordinator for your volunteer session. Every time that someone signs up to volunteer, the confirmation email is also being sent to this volunteer coordinator because they have been CC'd on all of those correspondence emails. If you don't want your coordinator to just be spammed with a bunch of emails, if you have a lot of people signing up, you can always check this Do Not Send Confirmation Emails button. The description here is a description for the event that they're volunteering for. So we're going to click Save and Continue. This next screen, this is going to be where you will add in a new volunteer opportunity. At the top here, it's important to note that this header will help you keep track of where you are. So in this case, this is the Volunteer Opportunities section. We're going to go ahead and click on New Opportunity. So you're going to need a name of the opportunity. So we're just going to say Setup is the name of this. And the description of the event so people know what it is that they're signing up for. Then you click Save and Continue. It's now going to move you onto the time slot section, which is again denoted by the header up here. There's currently nothing here, but we're going to go ahead and click the New Time Slot option. This will add in a new time slot. So the start date, again, is required. The end date, only if you really have it being over multiple event days for an event. The start time is required. The end time, that isn't required because if you don't really know how long something's going to take, so like say it's a cleanup session and you don't know how long it's really going to take because it depends on how messy things ended up being, you can just leave this blank and leave it open-ended, or you can go ahead and you can set a time if you have an idea as to how long it'll take. If you have a limited amount of availability for openings, then you can enter that number here. If you have an unlimited amount, you can set it at 0 and leave it. If you want people to earn credit hours for doing these volunteering sessions, this is where you would set up how many credit hours that they're going to earn. If you want to have a cutoff date for when people are able to sign up for the volunteering session, this would be when you would go through and you would add that. The available on date, if you want people to have to wait for a certain day to be able to sign up for the volunteering session, this is where you would go through and you'd enter that field as well. We're going to go ahead and hit Save and Continue now. So now we have the start date. There is no end date because it's a single day event. The start time, the end time, how many openings, and how many credit hours this specific time slot has. You can add more time slots if you want by clicking the New Time Slots button. If you'd like to go back and edit more opportunities or add more opportunities, you can click this Edit Opportunities button and it will take you back one screen to the Opportunities screen. So here you can see we have the Setup Opportunity, the description for that opportunity that we created, and the time slots for this opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and click the Edit button to move forward again. It'll show the same screen that we were at before. Once you're all done here, you can just go ahead and click Finalize Volunteer Session. At this point, it'll bring you back to this main screen. We're going to scroll down here, where you will find the new event volunteer session that we created for the new event. It takes place on April 30th of 2022. Who the volunteer coordinator is, how many opportunities we have set up, and then you have your different actions here. Volunteers will show you how many volunteers have signed up for the event. Reports are just a couple reports that you can see for that event. You can copy the event, you can edit what you have set up here, you can delete it, and there's also the public link. The public link will be useful if you just like to take this link and send it to people, because that way people can sign up to this very easily, and this is going to be what they would see. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we look forward to working with you. Thank you.